their own capabilities to provide the best possible learning experience for our students. Actually, everything we do in our university is student-centered. And there are different levels of e-pedagogy adoptions, from disseminations of information, repositories of TNL, teaching and learning practices, to learning engagement, assessment, digital assessment, and feedback and development of teaching portfolios. That's some examples. So before social movement, which started in the second half of 2019 in Hong Kong, only in Hong Kong, luckily not in Singapore or elsewhere, and the COVID-19, but that one is for worldwide. We have introduced small private online courses, also known as sports, as a new platform for students to acquire knowledge in certain disciplines and learn from their peers in other local or overseas universities through Future Learn. Actually, overseas university, because internationalization is actually a very important element in the sports, in the small private online course. That's actually the logo of the Future Learn platform, and we combine the face-to-face teaching with the e-learning through the use of the sports in here. So in response to the social movement and COVID-19, we have actually scaled up our e-learning initiatives so as to facilitate student learning and assessment with the use of e-learning and e-assessment, of course, and strengthen our support provided to teachers for online or mixed mode course provisions. Our teachers are encouraged to adopt different e-learning initiatives, for example, Zoom. I believe everyone is very familiar with Zoom. We're currently using the Zoom for the presentation today, and Mykle and Kahoot. Secondly, technology-supported authentic assessment, for example, open book or take-home examinations, e-portfolios, and Moodle quizzes are recommended for teachers to conduct their end of semester assessments. Teachers have to change the type and weighting of student assessment to better suit the online or mixed mode environment for their students. Okay, let's continue with scaling up on our e-learning initiatives. An e-learning fortnight was originally scheduled in February 2020. Therefore, back to the end of 2019, all of our teachers were well aware that they would have to shift their teaching online for at least about 2 weeks in the coming semester. So it's actually, they were ready to go when COVID-19 went viral in Asia in early 2020. So we're actually not, I won't say it's lucky, but we were well prepared because of the e-learning fortnight was scheduled in the late 2019. Our teachers were well prepared to switch to online teaching completely. Okay, with the start of the second semester of 2019-20 academic year, face-to-face classes were suspended. In fact, our university requested all of our teachers deploy e-learning, deliver their classes in real time. That's very important because there is some interaction encouraged in real-time delivery of those online classes, and ensure that video recording of lectures and course materials were archived and provided via electronic means for students access anytime, anywhere, because not all the students are from Hong Kong. They may be from the mainland or from like elsewhere, etc. So with the 2021 just around the corner next month after the Christmas and New Year, we'll have to continue to adopt mixed mode teaching as the new normal. As some of you may be familiar, because there is currently happening wave number 4, the 4th wave of the COVID-19 hitting the city in Hong Kong. So we'll definitely have to continue to adopt mixed mode teaching in 2021 in the near future, in the foreseeable future at least. So we have actually done some advancements in the IT infrastructure so as to ensure that we could provide the necessary support for teachers to smoothly deploy their e-learning initiatives, both hardware and software, of course. So we have enhanced the VPN service, subscribed to a variety of video conferencing e-tools, including like Zoom Pro license. It's actually a Pro one, not the ordinary one. Some advanced features, including the Cisco web-based Google Meet, and upgrade our Moodle platform to maintain its resilience for stability and reliability of those e-learning tools. all of our classrooms were actually well equipped with the digital tools, hardware and software once again, to facilitate online teaching in real time. Besides, we have actually organized a series of virtual workshops on e-learning and e-assessment for our teachers and supporting staff since November 2019. Teachers with prior knowledge and skills in virtual teaching will share their insight and experience with those newcomers or new teachers. This peer learning methodology has created a culture of mutual encouragement of adopting e-learning at our university. So there are a lot on learning, right? Peer learning is actually very important. A total of 690 teachers and supporting staff at our university have joined one or more of the 29 e-learning related workshops from November 2019 to June 2020. Okay, actually, it's very important to have a dedicated team of e-learning support staff, from our center and the Center for Holistic Teaching and Learning and the ITO at HKBU. This team has helped answer teachers' inquiry on e-learning, e-assessment, and the use of e-tools. Over time, when teacher has become more confident with the e-learning, e-assessment, and the use of e-tools, we have received fewer inquiries. But it's very encouraging to see that more teachers are getting to ask some more advanced questions regarding the use of e-tools, regarding the use of Zoom, Moodle, etc., so as to dig deeper into those advanced functions to facilitate their online teaching to benefit our students' learning. And encouragingly, a stable number of online classes has emerged. That's very encouraging to see that. That's actually our goal, to see a stable number of online classes in times of crisis and unprecedented challenges. So this one is actually our e-learning support page on our university website. If you have time, you can take a look. It's actually a one-stop destination for teachers to find updates and solutions to issues pertaining to online or maximal teaching. Provide everything like the announcement, a comprehensive set of guidelines, the FAQs, etc. It's a one-stop destination. It's very convenient for our teachers indeed. So we have also learned quite a few lessons, and we've found a number of challenges when we try to scale up our e-learning initiative. First of all, we have to ensure that the IT infrastructure, both the hardware and software, is resilient enough to cope with the rapid surge in the usage of data. Stability is actually very important, because if the network is not stable, it will discourage both the teachers and the students to use the online platform to learn, right? To learn and to teach. Secondly, it's very difficult for our teachers to conduct e-assessment for local and non-local students at the same time due to time zone differences. It actually makes very sense, right? Like for those students in the UK or Australia, they have different time zones than us in Hong Kong. Hong Kong and Singapore is the same, it's okay, right? Okay. For the third point, we have the non-local students may not have the same access to certain software as their local counterpart. For example, some certain parts of the world, they may not have the same access as for Google, for the Gmail, etc. So it's actually one of the challenges to us. Okay, continue. For the fourth point, is actually we have to provide appropriate and timely training for our teachers to enable them to deploy e-learning confidently and efficiently, because some of them were actually new to the use of e-learning, right? Some of them are new teachers, so we have to provide timely and appropriate training for them to boost their confidence in the use of those e-tools. So actually, the second point on this slide is actually very important to me. We have to change the mindset of our teachers, because some of the teachers may think that, okay, shifting to online teaching involves only like uploading those teaching materials, the PowerPoints onto the internet, or upload the class video onto the internet. But it's not. It's much more than that. We have to change the type and weighting of assessment tasks, redesign the course content, and adopt relevant tools to engage students learn online. Lastly, we have to rethink our code of practices and behavior for online maximal teaching, so to provide teachers with flexibility without compromising academic integrity and standard at HKBU. So let's go to the conclusion. First of all, a resilient IT infrastructure is very important to realize the university's e-learning strategies. Peer sharing by experienced teachers, like workshops and other related measures to boost their confidence is also actually very important. To let them know that they're not alone, and we are here to help them with a dedicated team of supporting staff. The last point, with the concerted efforts of all stakeholders, including central unit, our center, the ITO, and other a few academic departments, as well as our students, in scaling up the e-learning initiatives, the teaching and learning landscape has changed greatly at our university. That will be it. Thank you very much. Do you have any question?
Thank you, Lawrence. Is there any questions? We have 5 minutes for questions.
I would like to maybe ask a few questions about the motivations. I think in the beginning of the COVID, it seems like students have motivations to join, online classes. But it seems like, right now, at least in Indonesia, because we are not allowed to have we are not allowed yet to have face-to-face classes, then it seems like the motivations of students are decreasing. So does that happen too in your university? And I don't know about other universities, and maybe how do we deal with that? I mean, maybe you have some strategies or tips in increasing students' motivation, because it seems like students are too tired to do online learning right now, at least.
Yeah, actually, I think for your questions, I think a very good teachers and students relationship, the relationship between the students and teachers is very important. You are talking about the motivation, right? If there is a very close bond or tight tie between the teachers and the students, they have developed that kind of that sort of relationship. I think that will help them to join the online classes of those teachers, right? Because
I can supplement a little bit.
Yeah.
It's actually we are the other way around. At the early stage, actually at the earlier this year, when the COVID-19 impacted us quite a lot, the students are not very motivated, because I think both the teachers and students have to learn how to use Zoom or whatever conferencing tool to attend classes. And even we would like to we ask the teachers to design interactive activities for the students, but then the students have no idea how to participate in those interactive activities online, even though we make use of those nonverbal features within Zoom. Also use other e-learning tools like Kahoot, Mentimeter to engage the students. But then later on, after the teachers and students have an idea how to make use of the conferencing tool, then they found it actually the classes are more engaging, and they are more motivated and willing to attend classes online as well. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I see from Chris. How was assessment learning used to assist in the fast tracking of e-learning? You mean the learning analytics, right? Is it Chris? And there is a question. Oh, okay. Yes. Is it we actually encourage teachers to change the assessment methods, instead of very emphasized on the final examination, the traditional one. They changed to journals, reflective journals, as well as blogs, even for the some collaborative notes. Well, they have devised different sorts of assessment, and we actually collect assessment data as well, and then to inform to assess students' learning process, they have to base on some sort of prior assessment data. Yeah, but probably this need more time to discuss about the assessment data.